Welcome to another Escape Route stream. Jacob Novik says, I didn't know DS got a BB game. Well, Jacob. If you would like to know about Bibi Blocksberg video games, boy, do I have a video for you. The Bibi Blocksberg tier list. Speaking of the Bibi Blocksberg tier list, I put der verhexte Schloss-Schatz in S tier. Now here's the thing about S tier. Just because a game has been put into S tier doesn't mean it's S tier. What do you mean by that? Well, they've been rated S, but those rated S must be put to the test. And that's precisely what we're going to be doing. Why is that not working? Oh, there we go. This is der verhexte Schloss-Schatz. I see you've got a new layout. That's because it's a DS game, and we need to have both screens visible. Wow, that game is loud, and I'm competing with it. I don't mind it being fairly loud, because it's the excellent music of Fabian Del Priore. This game's music is friggin' incredible. So how many letters does the German alphabet have? You see, this was a quiz question the other day, and I got it wrong. Turns out, it's 29. 26, and then these three. Top screen meant to be pixelated. Yeah, because it's a Nintendo DS game. What's the DS's resolution? It's something like 1:1. It's not that bad, but still. There's an option here if you don't want to hear the music, which is crazy. Der Schatz von Schloss Klonkerberg. Wir nur alle... What's that? 10? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Zen Jahr im großen Fornsaal der Öffentlichkeit gezeigt. Bibis Lehrerin Frau Müller Riebensel findet das sensational und lasst die Klasse einen Ausflug durch den Machen. Florian und Moni sind aber nicht besonders begeistert. Beginning? Das wird sicher ein total langweiliger Nachmittag, meint Bibi. Als sich die Klasse am Haupteingang versammelt, dem Museumswärter ins Schloss zu folgen. I shouldn't really try. Im Wohnsaal angekommen, beginnt der Wärter auch gleich mit einem endlosen Vortrag über die Geschichte des Schatzes. Bibi muss schon nach 5 Minuten gerne. Zu jedem Fuck it. If you can read German, then have a field day. Oh, I need to turn the overhead light on. So I look a bit less. Yeah, so I look a bit more detailed. Not that I'm that vain, but... Bibi Moni und Flori. Einfach it. Wozu bist du, eine Hexe? Flüstert Florian Bibi ins Ohr. Du konntest echt doch einfach aus den Vitrinen hexen. Nur ganz kurz, natürlich. Super Idee, Flori, flüstert Bibi, begeistert, und ihr wollt auch gleich ein passender Hexbuch ein. Ini mini Saus und Braus. Schatz von Klonkenberg, spring schnell heraus. Hex, Hex. Puching. Und schwupps ist das Kleid nicht mehr in der Vitrine. Oh no, all the exhibits are floating around. Did you do this, Bibi? Bibi Blocksberg! Komm sofort her! Ruft sie da. Verärgert. Dann müssen jetzt alle Teil des Schatzes von Hand eingesammelt und I can't read it. The point is, it's Bibi's fault and she needs to fix it. So this game I put into S tier. Now, why did I put it into S tier? Have a look at it. It's frickin' awesome. This is a side-scrolling platformer made by the people who made Giana Sisters DS, with a soundtrack by the composer of Giana Sisters DS's soundtrack, Fabian Del Priore. Jacob says, today I learned that the logo on GameCube game covers in the US are on the opposite side than on EU covers. There's also a weird small square in the bottom of American GameCube cases that's not in the bottom of European GameCube cases. I always wondered if that was a result of the way they're molded. So this is one of, get this is one of only 2 BB platformers. You would think a series that's had as many games, based on a magical witch that does silly, goofy things, you would think there would be more than 2 BB platformers. Indeed, both on the Nintendo DS, as Sushi says. This is one of those games that I would love to see. Like, everyone has, like, dream games they would love to see remastered or remade. I would love to see this game remade by, like, Black Forest Games in the style of this. In the style of, like, Giana Sisters' Twisted Dreams. With, like, a Fabian Del Priore soundtrack. Oh, get Machine Supremacy in on that as well. Oh. So, I think this is the same engine. I wouldn't be able to prove it necessarily, but it feels mechanically the same. Like, the platforming feels just as good. The sprites are maybe a little bit bigger, but not by a lot. It is extremely close to how Giana Sisters DS feels. Press start to access the pause menu. Press pause to access the start menu. Yeah, a Retron device that could play DS games, that's something I've always wanted. Like, it seemed weird to me that the Nintendo Switch couldn't run, like, DS and 3DS games. It would have been so nice to have a little cartridge slot on it for legacy games. For you to have one screen on the handheld and one screen on the TV. But of course, you can't have it that way because the screen slots into the dock. So you'd never find yourself in a... I love that. I love that ducking sprite. It's great. What you doing down there? And much like Gianna Sisters DS, there's like 3 collectibles in a stage, and they're giant gems. Just like Gianna Sisters DS. The similarities are massive. Being the same developers, it's really not a surprise. Yeah, exactly, Sushi. And then if you could essentially have a video capture or sound capture function built into a Retron device that played DS and 3DS games, yeah. I mean, understanding of the hardware must exist because we're able to dump DS and 3DS games. We're able to write to chips that can be read on a Nintendo DS or a 3DS. Are Retron still making consoles? I don't know. That's not something I have an answer for. Nowadays, it's mostly like analog knocking them out, like the analog Mega ST and that sort of thing. Apparently those are pretty good. FGPA solutions for old consoles. But I'm only interested in them if you can jailbreak them to run ROMs. Otherwise there'd be no point in me having one, because I already have a at-Games Sega Mega Drive that will play Mega Drive, Master System, Game Gear, Mega CD perfectly with rewind and save states. So I mean, up to being hacked, of course. I joined as you said how this was similar to Gianna Sisters DS. I found a portfolio site from a dev that links to 2 games in the Bit Engine DS from Bitfield GmbH. Ah, so they both use the same engine as well. Yes, indeed. It's the same developer, Bitfield. And let me tell you about, like, when Gianna Sisters DS came out, right? DS piracy was at its most rampant, right? So, when Gianna Sisters DS was out, I played a legal adjacent copy of Gianna Sisters DS because the game was, at the time, only released in Europe, in Germany. But sometime after that initial release, a proper PAL release came out, and that's when I picked it up. But when Gianna Sisters DS originally came out, I couldn't even buy it, even though I wanted to, because it was only in Germany. Not that it would have been an issue, because Nintendo DS games are region-free. Well, Nintendo DS games, asterisk, are region-free. Any game that uses DSi functionality, like the camera, for instance, even if it's for an optional feature, those are essentially region-locked. Bollocks. I fell. And you put this in S tier, you fell and you put this in S tier. I did. Playing the S tier is going to be tricky once we get to Medal of Honor, because I guess spoilers for the Medal of Honor tier list video. There are a lot of S tier games. Yeah, even if it was a matter of PAL, it would run on the DS, but because DS games themselves are completely region-free, for the most part, it wouldn't be an issue with Gianna Sisters DS. But was I going to import the game from Europe at an extra cost, or was I going to download a ROM file and slap it on my Cyclo DS? We all know what the answer to that is. But yeah, when the game actually came out, I bought it and I played it extensively. And knowing that this whole time there was essentially a sequel to Gianna Sisters DS that I didn't get to play, like, that crushes me. and then to find out that it stars my absolute favorite blonde-haired witch. That's right, screw you, Sabrina. No, would I say... Oh my god, that was an exit. Did I miss a gem? Oh no, that's alright. I got him. Here's the thing, right? I'm saying my favorite blonde-haired witch, and, you know, Marion from Gunbird just exists. Can I really say that Bibi Blocksberg is my favorite blonde-haired witch? I think I still can. Was there any Nintendo DS boxes with dual cards? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, DS games where you got, like, 2 games were usually 2 games on the one cart, right? If there was ever 2 DS games in a game box, I've never seen it. That's not to say it doesn't exist. Just that I've never seen it. I mean, on console, sure, all the time you see, like, a game release with a second disc in a plastic sleeve. Or in a slot-in, disc spindle. Or in old PC games, a spindle that holds more than 1 disc. But on DS, no, I don't think I've ever come across a case where 2 game cartridges were in the same box. Other than, like, buying games pre-owned and somebody put 2 games in the box. There was a 2-cart Vita game, the Super Robot Wars one, because they didn't want to compress audio. That is based. They didn't want to compress audio. That's based. How incredibly based of them. How's it going, Acid? This game has no right going this hard. Like, not only does this game go so hard, the soundtrack goes so hard. The platforming is just extremely solid. And, like, maybe this doesn't belong in S tier. Maybe in some freaky alternate universe. Compared to the other Bibi Blocksberg games? This is an S. Yeah, I've seen, like, multiple games on a single card before. For DS, but not, like, multiple cards. Was ist das? Ah! Bibi Blocksberg, der verhexte Schloss-Schatz. Für das Nintendo dual screen. Hello. I do not speak Cobra 11. Is that what that translates to? Hello. Ich nicht spreche Cobra, and whatever 11 is in German. The other day I saw a video with 2 DS boxes in a sleeve. If it's the dual games, i.e. 2 games in one collection, like, let's say, for example, there's 2 of them for Bibi Blocksberg. There's, like, this and Jump and Run is all on, like, one cart, and, Ride or Die, and... you know what I mean? Like, those... It's one single cartridge. I shouldn't have jumped down there. It's one single cartridge with a menu, and you select a game. The BB and Tina game isn't called Ride or Die, but it should be. I petition that there should be a Bibi Blocksberg game called Ride or Die. It's like a dystopian future where Tina is murdered, because nobody likes Tina. Tina is murdered, and Bibi has to track down Tina's killer. So she has to ride Sabrina the horse through various dystopian environments, including the destroyed Neustadt and the Martinshof, which has been blown to bits in a nuclear explosion. And essentially, Bibi must outrace the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse on each of their horses. I'd play that. To be fair, I'd play anything with Bibi Blocksberg in, so... But I would totally play a game where Bibi Blocksberg has to race the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Radio 1 did an adult version of Sandman, which was a kids' show that used to broadcast on kids' television before bedtime. Wow. Bibi Blocksberg in Fortnite. Don't kid about that. I want that. I want that so bad. Look, right? If a friggin' Mexican superhero, right? El Chapo in Colorado, the Cherry Cricket himself, could get into Fortnite, then as far as I'm concerned, Bibi Blocksberg should be able to. Of course, the main issue is her skin is too small. That's the only thing that would, you know, work against it. Yeah, a broom pickaxe would be very cool. Is she like a German superhero or some shit? She's a little witch. The problem with the phrase "little witch" is I'm reminded of that song by Blood on the Dance Floor, and didn't like the members of Blood on the Dance Floor get like caught doing like really bad shit. You're an attractive little witch. You're beautiful. Why do you have to invoke the name? Oh, Little Wizard. Is that a different game to the one I played? Billy the Wizard. I played that Billy the Wizard for Wii. That was awful. Yeah, Billy the Wizard. Oh, man. Well, I didn't get all the coins in this level. Oh, well. Hallo, Bibi. Super gemacht. Hier noch ein paar Münzen, die ich gefunden habe. Wie el Glück beim Weitersuchen. I don't think I got every gem. Oh no, I did. There's a tick. So there's only 2 gems in that stage. I'm missing the Existential on Wii show. Existential on Wii and 360 Degrees of Boredom have a very good chance of coming back over the next 5 weeks, as I will be attending a course, and therefore I won't have time to, like, set up, like, super fancy games to play on stream. Like, it will be more of a case of quick fire up the Nintendo Wii, or quick fire up the Xbox 360. So, those streams should come back over the next 5 weeks. Junk Tape Lotto is an interesting one, because in terms of performance, that show doesn't do very well. And I know that's not a reason to stop editing a range of videos that people like, just because they don't do well. That's a stupid reason. You make the art because you you want to, because you get enjoyment out of it. I stopped getting enjoyment out of Junk Tape Lotto, and part of that was due to its performance. And part of that was due to issues with recording. For example, I've got another one with Garlips that I recorded, right? We experienced sound fuck-up, like, with that one. Our microphone is picked up on top of the VHS sound on one of the audio tracks. So that now means that I will have to chop around everything even more. And just thinking about that kind of put me off. If it's a case of we really want Junk Tape Lotto back, we love it, then I really probably should put some time into working on some Junk Tape Lotto. We have learned a new spell. We have learned the Turbo Hex Hex. So tapping on the touchscreen there, or pressing B, gives us increased speed, allows us to jump further. So now the game will hide many collectibles behind long jumps, and we will be required to activate our magic spell to jump long distances. And we've got a new music track as well. Oh, this game's soundtrack is so good! It goes so hard! Oh! Radio Eins is E-I-N-Z, not E-I-N-S. Eins. Eins. And, of course, Heinz. 57 varieties. Bibi will be like Avada Kedavra. Oh man, you've got me wanting a Bibi Blocksberg mod for Hogwarts Legacy. I've already said that if I ever do another playthrough of Oblivion, I want to run around as Bibi Blocksberg. You know, blonde hair, ponytail, green shirt, the bloomers. Just, like, zapping people with, like, force lightning out of Star Wars. Hex, hex! Shh! I wonder if a BB mod for Hogwarts Legacy would piss people off. Yeah, possibly. It might piss off Bibi Blocksberg fans. I'm all about giving consumers what they want, and if that's Bibi Blocksberg in various states of undress, then I'm all for that. Sorry, what was I saying? We need to rip these ROMs apart and get to the script, and then find some way to translate it to English. So then everybody can enjoy this game without the language barrier. Not that there's much of a language barrier here. Oh. I sank. I need that heart. Yeah. Swinging mechanics. Well, these weren't in Gianna Sisters DS. Whee! Do I want to go that way? I don't think I can go that way. An X means there's a secret, so you can fall down here. Keys are required to open doors. I know that seems pretty obvious, but we picked one up in an earlier stage. But it was less apparent that we picked up a key. I'm not sure if I could jump on spiders. We'll find out. I guess because they're not museum exhibits, so we can't jump on them. I think it's only the museum exhibits that have been enhanced with magical powers that we can jump on. Really just wrangling so much character out of the Nintendo DS with this music. It's gorgeous. Ah! There's something running in the background there for a second. I lost input briefly. That was terrifying. Aha! Come on. No, it wasn't my controller. It was, something started running in the background. And it made me lose focus. Who created the BB franchise? That was, Elfie Donnelly. The first Bibi Blocksberg media, I believe, was a radio play sometime in the early 80s. And then, of course, there were the children's books after that. And once the children's books were a huge success, the animated cartoon followed in the 90s. And that's when BB got really popular. And that's when BB found her fans outside of Germany. With the animated series. Yeah, so the cassette tapes were I suppose I consider them an extension of the radio drama, but yes, there were the cassette tapes as well. I would love to own any of them. Like the cassette tapes, the children's books. I would love to own episodes of the cartoon on VHS. You know? That's the sort of thing that just doesn't show up outside of Germany. Oh yeah, there were tons of those tapes and tons of the children's books. BB was extremely popular. There's a secret up there in the top right. Oh my god, you want me to... Okay. Whoop. Read-along tapes. Oh, I'm so jealous, because, of course, part of the time you were in Germany, you were still a kid, so you would have had all this Bibi Blocksberg stuff. Ah! So jealous! I'm so jealous of what you had as a kid. Decades ago. Ah! Now, the Bible specifically states, "Thou shalt not covet thine neighbour's Bibi Blocksberg cassette tapes." What I had was in English, actually. Oh, like Funny Bones and Tell a Tale. Oh, well, hold on. Was there English Bibi Blocksberg dramas? Be the first I've heard. If there are, I need them. Hex fucking hex. And you can read, yeah. You can read. Garlips and I will eventually get around to it. We've got every single You Can Read VHS tape. Some in a better condition than others. We will get around to them eventually. But I'm pretty sure all of them are on YouTube nowadays. I'm sure they've all been ripped. The people watching who have no idea what You Can Read is. I'm so glad you had a normal childhood. I'm so glad you weren't subjected to You Can Read. You can read! You can read! You can read! You can read, yes indeed you'll succeed. You can read, you can read. Oh, if they did like a German version of You Can Read, that would definitely improve your German. Definitely improve my German. My German can only be improved. Like, it can't be made worse, I don't think. Du kannst lesen. Lehen? Lesen? Lehen? Du kannst lesen. Du kannst lesen, du kannst lesen. Yes, indeed. Das Successen. Du kannst lesen, du kannst lesen, du kannst lesen. Wow! Das ist dein Zoo! I wouldn't be surprised if they made, like, different versions for different languages. Using the same stock footage. The horrible Urktar of Ore, yeah. One of these days. One of these days, I'll share him with the world. Have I missed something? Aha! Yes. If you're looking for a platformer that plays like this, nowadays, there's Mission in Snowdrift Land, which is very similar to this, and has some of the same DNA. And there's also a Giana Sisters HD on Steam that is the DS Giana Sisters game with enhanced visuals. I say enhanced visuals. I think the DS version looks nicer, but... Okay. I haven't played this far. I have already played further than I played when I put this in S tier. So I said I was going to play this game and not, you know, play too much of it and ruin it for myself when I eventually go back to it. Sure enough, go back to it now. This, like, whole platforms hidden in the shrubbery reminds me a lot of there's these bonus levels in Giana Sisters DS that are set in, like, a cloud world. And there are holes in the clouds. And you have to do some, like, platforming through some, like, structures made of clouds. Japanese equivalent to You Can Read with Minami Momochi. It's about time I had a look at what Minami Momochi is up to nowadays. I'm also trying to find information on Tsukasa Uduki, who was a similar it was a lady with a robot helmet, and I have a theory that I cannot prove, and that theory is that Tsukasa Uduki, or Suduki? Hold on. My theory is that Tsukasa Uduki is the same person as Manami Momochi, but I have no way to prove it. I want to know what happened to this bae. Apparently, she came back recently with like a YouTube video, but for the longest time, her YouTube channel was completely wiped, and I found it by pure chance in my subscriptions as a hyphen and a blanked out icon, and I only figured out it was Tsukasa Uduki based on a community post that was still up on the YouTube channel. That's how I went, hold on, that's Tsukasa Uduki's channel. What the fuck happened to her? And then I search her name up, and the top result is like a Reddit page saying, what happened to Tsukasa Uduki? I'm like, that's what I want to know! So I was thinking of maybe like doing a bit of digging into what happened to her. Maybe I could find some information. Find out if she really did make a comeback or not. But I'm trying to think, right? I wouldn't have subscribed to Tsukasa Uduki without, you know, remembering, oh, I subscribed to Tsukasa Uduki, you know what I mean? So my theory was, okay, I must have subscribed to this channel and it was under another name. And I thought, well, hold on, what other name could it be under? Then I remember subscribing to, like, a gaming channel that Momochi had. And I couldn't find that gaming channel. Then I remembered I had Tsukasa Uduki in my subscriptions as a hyphenated name. And I'm like, could it possibly be that Tsukasa Uduki and Manami Momochi are the same person? And the likelihood of that is low/0, but what if? Like, hear me out, what if? I hope she's not been hacked by one of those people posing as Elon Musk. Oh yeah, that happened to A+ Start recently. Couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Andy's great. I think Andy's gonna think twice before accepting sponsorships in future. Not that he didn't to begin with, as he said in the video, you know. That was the first time he had ever thought about taking A+ Start. YouTuber, does videos about video game glitches and the evolution of character models over time in his show Low Poly. He was hacked recently, and, you know, it was one of those crypto schemes masquerading as Elon Musk. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Johnny's here? Trying to work out what the point of this underground section is, if there's no gems under here. Ah, there we go. Spoke too soon. about to say, there's no point in having a little section underground if there's no collectible down there to get. Adam Koralik. Oh, the guy who does, like, the Dreamcast videos. The Shenmue nerd. Huh. Here's the thing, that... I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't like him anywhere near as much as I like Andy, so... You know, it happening to Andy, I'm like, oh, that's horrible. That couldn't have happened to a nicer person. And then when it happens to Adam Koralik, I'm like, well, couldn't have happened to a nicer person. I'm sure Adam Koralik is a nice guy. I remember him having some opinions I didn't agree with, and I can't remember what those were about. So, I'm sure whatever it is, it didn't matter / wasn't important. So. Oh, finally out of that shitty maze. Finally, someone let me out of my maze. Aha! So good. Why is this game so good? What's its secret? Oh yeah, it's Bitfield. That's why this game's so good. Hallo Bibi, super gemacht. Hier noch ein paar Münzen, die ich gefunden habe. Glück beim Weitersuchen. Didn't the other person say the exact same thing, like, a couple of levels ago? Oh, we got another flying level. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Oh, this Fabian Del Priore soundtrack is it's so good! Oh! What's his secret, huh? What's the trick? To be this good takes ages. To be this good takes Fabian Del Priore. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, ba, da, da. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Oh! And then it resolves. It resolves by playing the notes backwards, so they go up instead. Oh! And those, like, synth horns there. Glorious. So you can find Fabian Del Priore's music on YouTube under the channel Rapture Music Official. Do give him a sub. Because it's shocking how few subscribers he has, considering, you know, he's had such an impact on a lot of people's childhoods. Did the music for G-Force on Nintendo DS, Giana Sisters, DS, music in Mission in Snowdrift Land. Tons of stuff. I think the reason I didn't collect these tapes in Germany was because I was more into action figures at the time. But I did borrow some from a library at that time. Oh, I'm so jealous! Neither of them were Bibi Blocksberg, sadly, but one of them was an Alf tape. Ah, an Ottifants, yeah, so Ottifants is another series I would love to take a look at, because there's something like 5 games, 5 games, which is, you know, enough for a tier list. I'm writing a Paw Patrol one at the moment. Ooh, time stop. Have time stop magic. Doesn't stay stopped for very long, and it doesn't stop immediately upon pressing. There's a little delay. Apparently there was a Winspector tape, but I was unaware of such a thing at the time. Winspector had a German dub? Then again, why am I surprised? Like, Soul Brain had, like, a English Asian dub, didn't it? I need to fall down a pit. Yeah. There we go. Soul Brain didn't have a German dub, right? But it had a English Asian dub, didn't it? It's about time I gave Winspector another go. You know, how long has it been and me saying, oh, I'll get back to it eventually? It's been 1,000 years. Isn't it time I... Yes, that's true, Leza. So, Leza's just shut up. I just said this in the Discord, but I assume everyone is here currently. Lol. If someone says like and subscribe in their video, the respective buttons light up. That is correct. Yes. And if you click the like or subscribe button in a video where someone says like or subscribe, I believe there is a little, like, effect that happens when you click it. Oh, this music is lovely. I will laugh if the third power-up is yellow-colored. Allow me to explain. The way I've got this controller mapped, the B button on the DS is green. The X button on the the B button is the A button, which is green. The Y button is the X button, which is blue. I will laugh if the third power-up is yellow. Because that will be such a funny coinky-dink. No good. These power-ups are definitely better than the power-ups in Giana Sisters DS, like the gum that makes you float. It is kind of cool that there's no cooldown on them. You just keep spamming them. I reckon there'll be like a double jump or something. It's a power-up. Bowls. When was this introduced? I think in the last couple of years. I remember somebody talking about it fairly recently. Around about the time that ambient mode was added, I think. That keeps enabling itself, and then I wonder why my performance on YouTube is tanking. Not like my channel performance, my computer performance. It's because... Oh! That was a pipe I could stand on. Yeah, it does little fireworks, and the thumb goes rainbow. Yeah. I think because I've said like and subscribe in this stream, maybe. That being able to... That liking the stream is ba 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 ba. Stop talking about things you don't understand. Okay, sorry, Bibi. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Okay. And then... Wee. Nice. I think you got captions off. Oh. No live captions. Oh, that might be because I've got ultra low latency turned on. Ultra low, you don't get captions, and you don't get 1440p. Yeah, it must transcribe the audio, figure out what the words are, realize that you said like and subscribe, and then, yeah. That makes sense. Okay, so what was the... Oh, this is where you go if you fall. This is your punishment pit. Punishment pit sounds like passion pit. Now I've got sleepyhead stuck in my head. Sleepyhead. Why is this game so good? You consumed yesterday? What did you consume? I consumed today. I picked up a couple of games from Sex. That's right, I picked up a couple of Sex games today. Crisis 2 on 360, which I then realised I already had. So that's a duplicate. Fuck. But it was 150, so whatever. I could probably go and get a refund on it if I cared that much. The other game I picked up was Blue Dragon, before it really shoots up in price. I mean, I remember when copies of Blue Dragon were a $5. Blue Dragon cost me £12 today. So I've got Blue Dragon now. Which is cool. I had a sign purchased for me. It's a very cringe sign. I'll show it off in a second. I can't remember where I put it. Gamer at work, do not disturb. It's a metal sign, like it's a... I can hang it, or I can probably like stick it on a magnetic surface. It's so cringy, but I appreciate it all the same. Yeah, I picked up some verhexte as well. Beethoven. And a 9/11 tape? America, a tribute to heroes. It's all songs. It's all songs. I'm totally gonna do a junk tape lotto on that at some point. Oh no. A stag sign. Ah. Say the word stag, or is it like a stag? Stag as in male deer. Stag? A deer? A male deer? I have to deal with these spiders now. Platforming's getting just a little bit more dicey. Yeah, I don't for a second regret sticking this in S tier. This has proven itself worthy of the placement. Oh! Dang! It's retro technology because it still runs on a battery. Is that the only requirement? For it to be retro technology is that it runs on a battery. In which case, Christmas lights, you know, a lot of Christmas lights can still run on a battery. Oh, it's 12 years old! It's a 12-year-old stag light. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Oh, the battery hasn't been changed in it! That's pretty amazing. Oh, you're talking about something else. A 12-year-old Google Nexus 7 tablet. Oh, lasts longer than a fucking Google phone then. Every Google phone I've had has been dead within 8 months of me getting it. Maybe I've just been unlucky. That's where I need to go. That's funny. I got stuck in the ceiling. Smack's tablet. They don't make them like this anymore. Oh, this bad boy could hold so much pornography. Ah, it's over there. Is there a path down here? Yes. Whee! It's really only useful as a PDF reader. Well, you know, you can go on Internet Archive and pick up some PDF files to read on it. Should have picked up that heart. Just drop me down here where I can't get back up. Actually. Clutch! Dun 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 dun. I did it. Alright. I'm sure an old tablet like that would probably make a fine VLC player. I'm really mad that this didn't come out in the UK. I'm really mad that I didn't play this for the first time until this year. I'm really mad that there was a Gianna Sisters DS sequel, essentially, that I didn't get to play for such a long time. Oh, this infuriates me so much. I love it. So glad this game is good. I'm so glad the Bibi Blocksberg video was worth making, because it led me to a game like this. Have you heard of the tale of Roll Kong 898? No, it's not a tale the Jedi would have told me. Whoever they are, they sure have a difficult name to pronounce. Come over here. Yeah! Don't know if I had to bounce up there. No. Possibly not. He is an apparent Brazilian with a Dell dimension running XP 64-bit, going around on itch.io, filling up comment sections asking developers to support XP as their game has a retro feel. Well, if it's a game like, I don't know, Tori 3D, you know, there's no reason not to support XP. But, you know, there's a lot of things that you rely on modern operating systems for, right? Functions and calls that can't necessarily be replicated on older hardware. Matt KC did a video recently where he ported essentially thousands of applications to Windows 95. I haven't finished the video yet because it's over an hour long. And as much as I love Matt KC and I think he's an alright guy, I don't think I can stomach an hour of Matt KC at any one time. And I mean that in the nicest way. There's only so many times you can make the same Seinfeld joke in 4 different videos. Seinfeld didn't ever say, "What's the deal with?" He never even said it! Yeah, background playback for videos like that. That tends to be a, if I'm getting stuff done, like if I need to grind a game or something like that. But, otherwise, hour-long videos, I wince when I see them and I go, oh, I don't have that kind of time! Says the guy who just put out a 56-minute video. I know. I know. This might be the first level where I miss a collectible on my first playthrough. Because this is really mazy. I think I can go back up to the higher route from here. Have you made any shorts from it? Not yet. That was something I was going to do today, but I had a job interview and other stuff, so I didn't get around to it yet. Did I go here? I think I did go here. It's looking devoid of collectibles, so I did go here. I intend to make some shorts from that Medal of Honor video fairly soon. It's been nice seeing all the activity on that video and all the comments. Because that's kind of rare for my content to get that sort of attention. And I've already had people say, you know, oh, you've made me really nostalgic for these classic games. You've made me want to pick up Allied Assault again. Oh, the online was so good, I want to play online again. It's like, getting comments like that on a tier list video means I succeeded in what I set out to do with it. So I'm happy. I'm happy with the finished result. The only thing I would change is I'm gonna stop with the green screen. Because it's not real green screen. The green screen I'm using is the same one I'm using here. It's VCam. It's all software, and it's all not very intelligent. it's doing a lot of guesswork, and it's all done in software in real time by the graphics card or whatever. So it's not super smart. As a result, it will sometimes remove parts of your face or body. So I'm going to set up an actual set in the office, a background I can film against. Ah, it can't hit me from there. Aha! I wish I had the drive to make videos about my favorite cherished nostalgic games. Yeah, it's... I'm not quite sure where the motivation for the tier lists came from, to be honest. I think I've always wanted to make that kind of content. I've just never bothered to do it. Yeah, while I haven't ever been diagnosed with anything, I think I know where you're coming from. In the sense of, you know, I struggle to focus on any one thing for a long period of time. Especially if it's a creative venture that requires a lot of work. I record a lot of footage and then I cringe at the idea of having to edit it. I would say the main thing, if you want to actually make some content, if you feel inspired to do it, is you need to tell the perfectionist to go to bed, basically. You need to tell the perfectionist, no. We're gonna get this content out. It's gonna be the best content I can make, given the circumstances, but it's not gonna be the best thing ever created. It's going to be what it is. And I find that, you know, I could sit there and slave away at a project for hours. I would just lose focus. But if I'm saying, I'm going to put this video out, this is what it's going to be, and it would be great if we could do this, but if we can't, you know, I've got a soft deadline in my head that I want to reach. And that's how I manage. It's not easy, like, focusing on any one project, and, you know, like I said, I've got recordings for Junk Tape Lotto that's just sitting there, waiting to be edited, and I just don't have the drive to do it. I just don't have the motivation to do it. Oh, I recognize that one of Bibi's friends. Brown pigtails? How would I forget her? And she's saying the exact same thing as the others. I miss having the drive and motivation to make video games. Back in the day, I used to make stuff with the Games Factory and other ClickTeam tools. And I would just sit and slave away for hours on a video game that nobody else would ever see. I miss that. I miss having that, like, focus and drive. I miss making things I can interact with. Because I think there's a Bibi Blocksberg shoot-em-up out there that's just waiting to be made. You know, I wouldn't be held beholden to the rules of Kiddinks. If Kiddinks says, Bibi Blocksberg mustn't be able to shoot birds, I could say, fuck that shit. I'm making grimdark Bibi Blocksberg. So fucking smooth. It feels so good. She stops on a dime. But Bibi stops on a dime, Mario. She stops on a dime. Bibi's competing. This music's so good, I barely let it play. Let's hydrate. Hey Escape, long old viewer of your stuff. Was wondering, did you delete your Sonic 06 playthrough? Welcome Retro Piero. It's extremely rare that I would delete something. It's possible that it's unlisted. Let me have a look. Sonic 06. I'm pretty sure I called it Sonic 06. Let's play Sonic the Hedgehog for fun. Is the name. For fun, show all. Yeah, have a look. Title contains. They're set to public. Hold on. If I link you to number 1, Retro Piero, sorry. If I link you to part 1, you should be able to find the others through related videos. But no, they are all up. Just responding to another comment. Right, yeah. If you follow through from that one, you should probably be able to find the others. They're titled Let's Play Sonic the Hedgehog for Fun on my channel. Are they in a playlist? They are not. If you give me like a couple of days to remember to do it, I can look about putting it back in a playlist. Oh yeah, the music only plays like one loop on this menu for some reason. Okay. A24 slow burn, chilling atmosphere, oozing tropes of burning, genre defining. What's this? Oh, I'll read the whole thing. A24 slow burn, bone chilling, atmosphere oozing, trope subverting, genre redefining, gut wrenching, spine tingling, emotionally taxing, paranoia inducing, jaw clenching, nerve wracking, character development driven, soul shaking, nail biting, anxiety ridden, Kafka-esque, post Lynchian, Tarkovskian, Kubrickian, Tarantino-esque, question asking, socially aware, ethnically diverse, politically cognizant, culturally relevant, socially prescient, thought-provoking, artisanally crafted, I would hope so, I've made it, philosophically sound, thematically nuanced, dread-inducing, post-comedy, Bibi Blocksberg. If you could bring that back, possibly that'd be awesome. So, the footage got chewed up for the last part of that playthrough. If I were to do a Sonic 06, if I were to finish off that Sonic 06 Let's Play, what I would need to do is play the game up to the last story. Again. If you leave it with me, that idea, because at some point I'm going to want to do a Sonic the Hedgehog tier list. I'll have to play through Sonic 06 again. what I can do is record the very last bit. Find hex. Oh, it's pink. I see. Right. There's now magic that helps me find the crystals. I found them all so far, I'm pretty sure. Oh, this music's great too! Why's this game's soundtrack so good? So this is the Gianna Sisters one. Yes, welcome, Vlad. This is the game that is built on the Gianna Sisters DS engine. Developed by Bitfuel. The same people who developed Gianna Sisters DS. And I'm sure if you've played Gianna Sisters DS, you can smell the similarities. What does that even mean? What have you written there, Lesnar? I don't understand. I just have a thing for, like, games with a Euro vibe. Now, I don't know if that's, like... if that's because I'm secretly a Deutsche Boo? Oh, soulful. You spelt it with V's. Like the old-fashioned, way of spelling words. That's what threw me off. A Deutsche Boo. Yeah, I think I might be a Deutsche Boo. Just a little. I was saying this the other day in the Final Fantasy VII stream. I said a lot of things in the Final Fantasy VII stream. But one of the things I said was, you know, European, like, intellectual property tend to have, like, really, really cute girls in them. And I'm not saying that's the pure driving force of my love for Bibi Blocksberg. Who am I kidding? Tutano file detected. Are you saying I like them Tutanos? Oh wow, that one was a little bit tricky to get. If I want to know about more Guile German stuff, I should speak with you, Sushi. Alright. I want to know more about that Rita and what's-his-face show. Where the guys, where they're like, my favorite class is the spy. You know the one? I mean, my favorite class is Jim, or whatever. My favorite subject. You know the one. Rita and Ozzy or something? Rita and Jim. I don't think that was their name. It's like, oh, Rita, what is your favorite school subject? And she's like, my favorite Lieblingsfach is go Lieblingsfach yourself. Rolli und Rita. Was ist dein Lieblingsfach? Lieblingsfach. Don't play. No. I'll get content ID'd up the ass. I'll get content ID. 14-minute video. Why is anime so obsessed with German culture? Cultural appropriation. Technically, that's a British show. Hold on, Rolli und Rita is a British show? It didn't air on CBBC, but it aired overnight on their GCSE Bite Size thing. I miss that. I miss Bite Size, you know? There was a channel on digital TV dedicated to GCSE revision. And I loved it. I still watch that shit as an adult. I loved it so much. It was just quality programming, and you would always learn new things from this GCSE revision program. The show was actually called Hallo aus Berlin. Oh. One to 5 a.m. you had all the stuff for homeschooled kids in Open University. Yeah, with the intention being that you would record it on your DVR or on your VCR, and then you could watch it and use it as, like, educational material. I miss stuff like that. There was, like, oh, what's the name of that short? There was a short that was really good. It's about a little girl who was a magician. Forgetting the name, but, like, it hasn't been aired since, like, 2014. Oh, fuck, what's the name of it? I'm sure it's somewhere in my notes. I'm not here on a lost media search for that. My lost media searches are, who the fuck was Ragsy Music is number 1, and lost media search number 2 is, I want to know what happened to Pen Monkeys, and I want to know if we can recover old episodes of Pen Monkeys. Pen Monkeys was, I want to say, a Channel 4 program, might have been ITV, that had 3D animation, 2D animation, live-action skits. How am I making you think of Bjork? What out of what I said or did in the last 2 minutes has anything to do with Bjork? Try to help a brother understand. Thought for a minute that was a secret exit, but it wasn't. You mentioned a singer and VCRs, and I was thinking about CRTs. Made me think of that Bjork video where she takes apart a TV. Ooh. Bjork taking apart a TV. It sounds like something you'd type into Stable Diffusion. Bjork taking apart a TV. 16:9 aspect ratio masterpiece photorealistic. Fuck! In the water. I got this. Chris Colorado. A French animated series. Color me curious. Can I stop? Yeah, I can. Okay. Platforming's getting really solid in this now. Oh, you talk about apocalyptic mumbo jumbo, that makes me think of like Afterworld, that Christian television show that is comprised of 3D still renders. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Afterworld? That shit's insane. It's like about the world post-Rapture. Only a lazy writer would write a story that takes place post-Rapture. Which is why I would like to announce my new story about a guy who was born in a test tube and has lived his entire life in VR post-Rapture. Because the Rapture made human beings unable to conceive. Yeah, I would like to get a series on Netflix. Trust me, it's gonna be absolute kino. Children of Men. Is that the film about the... There was a film that was being pushed at some point, like years ago, and there was a segment on one of these BBC programs. And they're like, this is the brand new great movie, it's gonna be great, and there's so many philosophical questions, and there's all these super amazing actors and famous people in it. And they showed a clip on TV, and it was like 3 old men trying to protect a pregnant child. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Is it that film? I remember seeing a clip from it, and I'm like, nah, this ain't for me. Movie flopped, but it's a fantastic movie. Oh, okay. Like, is it Waterworld bad? Because I'll watch a train wreck if it's ambitious. That sounds about right. Clive Owen, Michael Caine, yeah. Sounds about right. Waterworld is just soggy Mad Max. Prove me wrong. Hey, they don't drink their own piss in Mad Max. Unless they do and I miss that scene. To be fair, I've only seen the first 2 Mad Maxes. I haven't seen Fury Road or... Well, yeah, there's only 3 of them, isn't there? 1, 2, and 4, Fury Road. Waterworld is just bad. Hey, Waterworld has, like, a... Here's the thing about Waterworld, right? People shit on the Virtual Boy game. It's actually really good for a Virtual Boy game. It's like a 3D version of Asteroids. And once you understand that it's just a 3D version of Asteroids, it's tons of fun. I think everyone's been harsh on that one, personally. Is it a system seller? No, there's no game that would sell me a Virtual Boy. Children of Men is a really great movie. Bleak but great. Alright. I wrote that shit off, but it sounds like maybe I should watch it. Never played Waterworld on Virtual Boy, but I loved a lot of Mario Tennis. And your eyes have never recovered. The Mario Tennis is like one of the actual examples of 3D done right on that system. Galactic Pinball is another one, and oh, what's the other one I'm thinking of? Tolero Boxer. Are like the games that really show off the Visual Boy's potential. Rita in Hallo aus Berlin has 2 voice actresses. One of them voices her when she sings, but when she speaks regularly, she has a different voice. Basically, Sonic Underground. Does yellow mean I got everything in the stage? Is there, like, more stuff then? Or is it like collecting every single coin in a stage? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Holy shit. So, Sonia and Manic in Sonic Underground are also voiced by Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel does female Sonic. However, the singer for Sonia is not Steve Urkel. Because that singer has pipes, and Urkel does not. Ah, that's another path. Oh ho ho. They meant to get there. Walk underneath that. Oh, you little buccaneer. Right, okay. Oh, so satisfying to play. I know that's like really boring commentary, but really satisfying to play. What is it about it? Let me see. Controls where if you mess up, it's your fault. That's definitely this game. Fuck. Somehow I got a Disney's action game featuring Hercules all of a sudden. What do you mean? Like it jumped to somebody else's video or live stream? Or you suddenly remembered that game existed and you had a pang of nostalgia? So I tell you, that's a good game. Ah, yeah, you had a nostalgic flashback to it. So, checks out. Checks out, so good. Yeah, PlayStation and Windows 98. I remember my dad slaving away for hours trying to get the demo of Hercules, the action game, to run on our Windows 95 because it was not compatible out of the box with it. I can't remember if he actually managed or if he succeeded in getting it to work, but it's a fond memory all the same. Well, it wasn't designed for Windows 95, right? It was designed for Windows 98. I remember, right, the demo would come up with a picture of Pain from the film, you know, the little red devil, and it would say, sorry to be a pain, but this game is not compatible with Windows 95. Because I remember that message so clearly. We only had a Windows 95 computer at that time. we didn't upgrade to Windows 98 until around, like, just before the year 2000. When we got a tiny. But that, like, to tell you how far ahead, like, some technology was at that time, our Windows 98 PC had a DVD drive. Like, looking back on it, that's crazy to me. At the time, I didn't even realize, like, the disk drive in the computer was special. It didn't occur to me that getting a disc with the computer that had 4 full games on it wouldn't have been possible on a CD-ROM. Never occurred to me as a kid that that was, you know, a higher capacity disc. Yeah, a Windows 98 tiny computer had a DVD drive. It also came with, so it had a DVD read drive, it also came with a CD-ROM write drive, a USB CD-ROM writer, and a copy of a piece of software called Acid Music 2.0, which was my introduction to sample-based music composition. And that ended up being picked up by Sony and turned into Sony Acid. Nowadays, it's Magic's Music Studio, I think. Hello, Bibi, super Gernat. When during the ending in the game was left behind a higher difficulty. Oh, Hercules. Ah. Remember the version of Windows I had before 7 was XP. So, I think I've used most versions of Windows, I think. So, in my childhood I used 95. Then 98, then very briefly 2000. I've used Me at a relative's house. Windows XP, Service Pack 3 is my personal favorite Windows operating system of all time. Very good Service Pack 3. Masterpiece OS. Vista I had on my gaming laptop and it was fine. But Vista on my home PC was a pain in the arse and was always an issue, and everything always broke and stopped working, and Crisis would crash when I looked out into the ocean. Then 7, I think if I used 8, it was very brief, and I didn't like it, and I probably went back to 7. All these fucking eagles! Crisis would crash when you looked into the ocean. Yeah, yeah. And a consistent crash at the alien UFO tunnel bit, unless I set my graphics down to low. Yeah, so on touch-enabled devices, like phones and touchscreen laptops and tablets, Windows 8 makes sense because it's designed for that kind of interface. When you want a fucking taskbar and you want a fucking start menu, Windows 8 isn't very good. That's why 8.1 came along, which added a fucking taskbar and a fucking start menu. From what I hear, 8.1 is decent. I like 10. Let's put it this way, I've come to tolerate 10. It doesn't matter how much Windows wants me to update to 11, I will use 10 for as long as I am allowed to. I like 10. I like 10 a lot. 10 is what I'm using here, 10 is what's running on my laptop, 10 is what's running on my spare computer. Oh, I like this stage archetype. I take it bats I can't jump on either. Yeah, no. It's only things that have, like, purple magic coming out of their backside that I'm allowed to jump on. this definitely belongs in S tier. I put this in the right tier. That's the whole purpose of playing these games on livestream, is to get a feel for whether or not I put them in the right tier. Yeah, this is up there. I really want to run the office computer on XP, but if I do, I will have to run modified drivers, which aren't really designed to support my my graphics card that I've got in there. It's an RTX something, and it's not officially supported on XP. Well, if I was running an XP system, I wouldn't be looking to run it online. So I thought about getting some more, like, generic hardware, like building something a little bit weaker so then I can have an SD card interface and I can swap out operating system cards, the way Laser Game Reviews does it. But here's the thing. Would I really be playing a lot of old games like that? Probably not. Would I have a capturing method for capturing old games like that? Unless I can output over HDMI, probably not. So, there's no point in me having that set up. As cool as it would be to have, I wouldn't have a practical use for it. I think a more practical use for that computer is as another slave horse for video editing and capture, and as an arcade machine, essentially, running RetroArch, RTX 970 or whatever it is, you know, perfectly good enough to play anything you'd want to play from, like, Wii downwards. So, you know, just building an arcade machine out of it would probably be a good shout. 2 Bluetoothed Wii remotes with a sensor bar. It's good a use for a machine like that as any. Oh, that's foolish. Speaking of LGR, low-key want a Gizmondo or Tapwave Zodiac. Tapwave Zodiac, no. I can't think of a practical use. The Gizmodo, though, yeah. I can see a practical use for the Gizmodo. Because there are some Gizmodo exclusives that, you know, I would like to play, and Gizmodo emulation isn't really there. GP32 as well. I've always wanted a GP32. I had an opportunity to buy one once, and I turned it down because I thought, that's a lot of money. There was a charity shop in Canterbury that had one for, I think it was 20 or 30 quid, back when I was in college, in like 2008, 2009. And I thought, that's a lot for a GP32. No. And nowadays I'm like, fuck, I should have bought that, I should have bought that, I should have bought that, I should have bought that. You know? It's like, I should have... platform. Should have bought that fucking GP32. Oh well. Not to know these things at the time. So glad they put a heart right next to where you respawn. Bibi, what are you doing? If it's going up, does that mean there's nothing left to collect? The collector's edition of Quantum of Solace. Oh, nice. I picked up Quantum of Solace recently for £2, and then I went into the office and I found it on my shelf. So I have to take 360 inventory fairly soon, so I stop buying multiple copies of the same game. I mean, I enjoyed what I played of QoS on, I think I played the PC version on a bondage month sometime back. I enjoyed it. It is a perfectly cromulent first-person shooter with a strange third-person cover mechanic for some reason. I like it. It's another one of those games where you're like, this has no right being as good as it is. Quantum of Solace is one of those. There's a key up here. What if the key unlocks a bonus stage? I want to know how to get there! It's coins. I missed something up here. Yes! Platforming's gotten really good in this now. There's all these little nooks and crannies to find and get into. Collector's Edition isn't even that special, it's just a neat steelbook. There was a steelbook today I looked at and I decided what to get. Oh, what was that for? I want to say it was a 360 game. I ummed and ahed and then I decided not to get it. I can't even remember what it was. It was something I think I already had. So it was a case of, do I buy it because it's in a nice steelbook? Thinking no. Steelbook doesn't affect how the game plays. Can't remember off the top of my head. Whatever it was, I decided not to get it in the end. Such a good game. I can't believe I've almost played 2 hours of it. It's just something special about this one. There's something special about this one, boys. That's why it went in the S tier in the first place. I could just tell. I was looking at Red Faction Armageddon today, and I could have sworn I had it. It's not in any of these piles, so I'm gonna have to check the office. I could have sworn I had it. It was like $1.50. Or £1. So I probably should pick it up. Maybe when I take Crisis 2 back, because I don't need 2 copies of Crisis 2. Unless I intend to break one on camera. I'm not that kind of person. I won't destroy games that work. Games that don't work, yes. Games that do work, no, I wouldn't ever do that. That goes against my code. Gonna risk it. Ooh, nothing there. Ooh, that was scary. Rainbow Six Vegas. Now that's something. I have one of the Rainbow Sixes on Xbox One, and it comes with a digital code for Vegas 1 and 2. I don't know if it's been used. So I guess the only way to find out is to input the code and see if it works. Because they're both backward compatible on Xbox Series. Not that getting copies of those games isn't, like, incredibly cheap. Because that's a game that I would always see brand new and sealed in places like Netto for £2. I think, do I really need that game? Didn't I play it and wasn't it like shit? Because I think back then, you know, any first-person shooter that wasn't just boom boom pow, I was out, you know. I never have been a tactics kind of guy. So, you know, when I have to stop a first-person shooter to think, oh, where am I sending these units or whatever, always would put me off the game. I have a double pack on PS3 of Rainbow Six Vegas and Splinter Cell Double Agent. I would say, what the hell kind of relation do those two games have? But remember, they're both Tom Clancy's. Both on the same disc. Ah. I've got a physical copy of Quantum Break, and it has a code for Alan Wake. I'm 100% convinced that that Alan Wake code has been used. Because who would buy Quantum Break and then not claim Alan Wake as a digital code? The only reason that wouldn't happen is if somebody already bought Alan Wake digitally and then bought Quantum Break. Not that, like, the original version of... Oh my god. Not that the original version of Alan Wake would be, you know, something anybody would want to play now that the remastered edition is out. Like, if you've got an Xbox Series and you pick up Quantum Break now, there's already a remastered version of Alan Wake that you could get instead. The only way to find out is to try the codes, isn't it? I might as well. Nothing to lose typing in a 15-digit code. If it's no good, then oh well. What time did I spend? Like 15, 20 seconds typing in a code? Big work. Son of a bitch! There's a platform here. Son of a bitch! What? I should bounce off it, because I'm touching it from above. Video game logic. This reminds me of the Blues Brothers game for DOS, just not shit. It was also released on Game Boy. Everybody needs somebody. A Blues Brothers video game tier list would be pointless. There's two Blues Brothers games. The first one, which was on like DOS, Game Boy, fuck. Hoping that if I drop off, maybe it'll oh my god. remember the very, like, last checkpoint. Place me near the top. It did! That is some luck. Well, that's 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. 5% pleasure and 50% pain. And 100% reason to play this Bibi Blocksberg game. Yeah. Keanu Reeves joins Sonic as Shadow. Is that confirmed? Is that now confirmed? So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'd have taken Griffith, personally. Griffith, when given good material to work with, is the only guy I can think of when it comes to Shadow. Well, the voice actor from the Dreamcast was good too. Robin Atkin Downes, I can hear it. Especially if he puts on a little bit of that Irish or English that he loves to slide into some of his roles. Like, Henry Cooldown and that sort of thing. Reported by multiple sources. Okay. I'm not saying it's not true, and I'm not saying it hasn't been reported by multiple sources. But if someone farts, and then source A says, that person farted, and then source B says, according to source A, that person farted, then at the end of the day, it's still only the one original source. It becomes a cytogenesis. Let's put it this way, I won't believe it until TMZ reports it. I'm sure it's real. I'm sure Keanu Reeves is the voice of Shadow. In which case, I joked about it at one point, and I don't mind it. Whatever, okay. It's... Prince of Persia Warrior Within. Oh, was Robin Atkin Downes the voice of the prince? Would he have been the voice of the prince in the one I played on 360? Oh, Yuri Lowenthal. Right, okay. So I'm thinking of a different guy. Prince. I'm thinking of Yuri Lowenthal. AKA Spider-Man. Balls. Managed to avoid that spider anyway. Love the little spring noise when she jumps. Boing, boing, boing. So cute. I can't unhear it now. Boing. Nolan North was the prince in the 360 game, and Ubisoft forced him to do the Nathan Drake voice. When you say the 360 one, are you talking about Prince of Persia, I'm the magic lady who can save you from falling down a pit? Or are we talking about Prince of Persia based on the movie? Because I could have sworn it was Yuri Lowenthal doing the voice in the one based on the movie. Yeah, the movie one was Yuri Lowenthal. That's what I thought. So that's the one I've played on 360 degrees at some point. And I liked that one. Not enough to stick with it, but the understanding is that it's backward compat on Xbox Series X and you can get 60 frames. So it was a case of not playing too much of it, so I could, you know, not ruin it for myself by starting over. Yeah, everyone forgets about Forgotten Sand. It's in the name. I liked what I played. Like, it was fine. Yeah, safe and unambitious. I think it's, yeah, that's pretty fair. I liked what it did perfectly fine. It's also a little bit formulaic. By the time you've sliced down your 30th banner, you haven't even had, like, the first boss fight yet. It's like... But it's fine. I liked it enough. I liked it enough. Would possibly go back to it. I like to have new experiences. My problem is I don't ever finish games all that often because, you know, I'm more interested in having new experiences. Playing as many different things as possible. So I can say, you know, I've played as much as I can. Kind of sad when I put it that way. PSP game is a side-scroller. Oh, the one based on the movie. Or the one inspired by the movie, rather. I take it in 3D, like 3D models and environments and 2D gameplay. Oh, yeah. Don't ask me to do a Prince of Persia tier list. Because I don't actually like the classic games all that much, you know, like the 2D Prince of Persias. And if it's like, and now play Prince of Persia 1, but on the Sega CD, now play Prince of Persia 1 on the... No. I would allow myself one classic Prince of Persia, in which case I would probably play the Sega CD one for the anime cutscenes. Prince of Persia tier list. Most of the series is S tier besides Prince of Persia 3D. What's wrong with Prince of Persia 3D? Forgotten Sands DS, The Fallen King, and Battles of Prince of Persia, which all belong in E. The problem is, if I put that many games in S tier, I have to play that many games all the way through to ascertain whether or not they actually belong in S tier. Which is what we're doing here with the verhexte Schloss-Schatz! Please, checkpoint. Oh, you saint! You fucking saint! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Prince of Persia 3D is a clunky Tomb Raider knockoff, I know. I've watched people speedrun it. The game is so broken. I've seen it done in like 30 minutes, and it's glorious to see. A chibi art style, and you play it entirely with the stylus. Fallen King and Forgotten Sands on DS. Sounds like somebody was inspired by Phantom Hourglass and the other one. Choo Choo Train. Zelda and the Choo Choo Train. Card-based strategy game. Oh no, no. Abort. I was thinking about doing a Burnout tier list, because there's not that many Burnout games in hindsight, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Burnout, Burnout 2, Burnout 3, Burnout Revenge, Burnout Legends, Burnout Dominator, Burnout Paradise. That's it, right? Oh, wasn't there like a Xbox Live Arcade style game called like Burnout Crash or something? That's like it for Burnouts, right? Would I be making that tier list just so I could put Burnout Paradise in S tier? Probably. I wanted to do a Red Faction one. She got like Red Faction 1, 2, Guerrilla, Armageddon. That's like it, right? It's like full Red Faction game. I got them all. Got access to them. Ooh. I love this archetype. An isometric XBLA PSN based on Red Faction. What's it called? I'll pop on Miriam and download that. I mean, I'll go buy it on the Xbox 360 store before it shuts down. Help me find the collectible. Red Faction Battlegrounds. Now that does ring a bell. Now you said the name, I'm like, yeah, no, I've heard of that. I just completely blanked on it. I guess because I never played it, so... Yeah, no, the name is familiar. Oh, and this is another really good tune! Oh, this is another tune! Fabian, how do you do it? Caress my earballs with your sensual tunes. Yeah, I really like Red Faction Guerrilla. That's the one I put the most time into. I liked that the game didn't punish you for playing on casual. So you could have, like... You could just, like, max out your salvage. And upgrade everything, like, super early in the game. You didn't get punished for it. I feel like Red Faction Guerrilla is, like, the last good Volition game. And I know that might be mean to say, you know, Saints Row 3 has its moments. But, like, to me, the last good Volition game was, like, Red Faction Guerrilla. You'd say 3 was the last great one? Yeah. Yeah. I like bits of 3. I like bits of 3. Do I think 3 is consistently great? I'm not sure if I'm just feeling nostalgic for it. Fuck it, Saints Row tier list. Let's include Money Shot, and let's include the PSP one. The prototype for that. Earballs, yeah. When, you know, when she caresses your balls with her tongue, it's very similar to what Fabien Del Prior does to your ears when you're listening to one of his game soundtracks. Saints Row tier list. I can get behind that. I had no idea we have balls in our ears. We don't, but it's like the fondling of balls. I'm not saying we got balls on our ears or we got balls on our chins, like we're bull-chinians out of Men in Black 2. What I'm saying is that sometimes your ears get caressed, like how your balls might get caressed. Right, makes sense now, yeah? Also known as ear picking. Oh, made me think of those ear cleaning clinics in East Asia where the doctors try and get balls of earwax out of your ear. Ugh. Be worried they're trying to pull my brains out of my ears. Oh, that means I got everything. Sweet. It's still hilarious to me that Volition made a better Crackdown game in Saints Row 4 than any of the games in the Crackdown series. Crackdown tier list. No, there really wouldn't be any point in a Crackdown tier list. My tier list would be like Crackdown 1, A, Crackdown 2, B, Crackdown 3, C. I think that's how I would place them. I think they got considerably worse as time went on. Not that I didn't like 2 and 3, just 1. Riot Act 1 I liked better than Riot Act 2 and Riot Act 3. If you were watching like, oh, Riot Act, oh, he's such a weeaboo, calling it Riot Act and not Crackdown. It's just how my brain goes, okay? If someone says to me, do you like the Deception series? I'm like, huh? Do I like Demento? Actually, was Demento... Demento was Haunting Ground. Someone says, do you like Haunting Ground? I'm like, oh, you mean Demento? Yeah, that game's sick. Oh, there's a gem down there! Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh! Yeah, Saints Row tier list would be a good shout, because, you know, then you get an opportunity to talk about Bling Bling, you get an opportunity to talk about each of the DLCs. Like, if I said the tier list would include, like, the DLCs as well, you know, like, the story DLCs, there's no point doing, like, oh, this tier list includes, you know, uncut clothing or whatever. It's like, whatever. But a tier list that's like, oh yeah, corporate warfare and whatever. Yo, how do I get up there? It looks like there's a route to the left. Saints Row 3 DLCs. From what I remember, yeah, I didn't like any of them. Saints Row 3's best DLC is Gat Out of Hell. Well, I guess really that's a Saints Row 4 DLC. That's how I get that one. But I didn't like the Martian DLC for Saints Row 3. I didn't like the Mutant Johnny Gat DLC. Saints Row 3 automatically goes down in my scoring, like, by several points because they killed off Gat. They'd like, yeah, okay, spoilers for Saints Row 4. Johnny Gat is alive, but it's like... Three really pissed me off with that. Like, 3 pissed me off with that big time. I don't think I ever truly forgave it. Yeah, dying over the intercom as well. Just... Or what happened? Were they not, like, going to pay Daniel Day Kim enough? Or... Yeah, Saints Row 4 killing off, like, major characters was shit. Killing off major characters is shit. Don't do that. Like, killing off Julius in Saints Row 2, on the one hand, I'm like, haha, yeah, fuck you, Julius. On the other hand, I'm like, shit, you just killed off, like, one of the most interesting characters in the series. And then they're like, oh shit, we really love, is it David Little? His voice so much. Fuck it, let's just have him play himself. In Saints Row 4, it's like... Julius Little, David... Oh. Pulling a blank. He voices a lot of characters in a lot of things. yeah, they killed off Oleg, didn't they? The guy who's built like a tank that should be able to survive anything. They killed him off. It's nonsense. Like, I get it, the aliens are super powerful. You know, nothing says, I love you, like a spatula. No, nothing says the aliens are super powerful, like killing off a character that's invincible. Like, I get the reasoning. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it, because I'm not. Doing a full deep dive into every Saints Row game to rank them on a tier list. That's something I would happily do. I have such a fondness for the Saints Row series. And I hold many of the games in that series in high regard. Especially 2. 1, yeah. Now that you've been mentioning how good 3 is, fuck it. 3, I hold in high regard. Gat Out of Hell I liked. I never beat, though. It would be a perfect excuse to finally beat Gat Out of Hell. I heard mixed things about the remastered versions. Do you know if they're... Do you know if they're any good? Saints Row 3 remastered and Saints Row 4 re-elected. PC remaster is good. Okay, so here's the thing, right? If I fire up EGS... Sorry. Epic Games Launcher. You can't type EGS into the start menu. Even though that's what everybody calls it. If I go library... alphabetical A to Z. Saints Row the 3rd Remastered, Saints Row 4 Re-elected are both in my Epic Games library, so they've both been freebies in the past. So therefore, I may as well play those versions, because that will be a new experience for me. Up there somewhere. Aha! Realistic character designs. Yeah. They replaced all the models, didn't they? The characters. Well, I own them. They were freebies, so I might as well check them out. Oh. Is this the last stage? Oh yeah, one of the copies of the game with all the DLC included, yeah. I mean, I've got them on 360, it's just... Do I feel like starting over from scratch on, like, 360? And then, you know... having to play all the way back up to where I had played just to get new achievements. Would I play on EGS and like get a brand new experience? That's probably what I would do. And then, you know, I can talk back to I can speak back about my memories of that. Game on like 360, playing it on PC back in the day. With, I don't know if he's still here, but Lizardy and I played quite a bit of Saints Row 3 on Steam, just fucking around, trying to get cars and bikes into the penthouse, and driving them off the roof, like that sort of thing. I remember that quite fondly. That was a very short flight stage. Der Museumwärter und Frau Müller-Reibenzell sind sehr erleichtert, als der Schatz zurück in den Vitrinen ist. Bibi und ihr Klasse können jetzt wieder nach Haus fahren. Insgeheim freuen sich Bibi, Geheim Secret, Moni und Florian, sogar über den spannenden und abenteuerlichen Nachmittag. Ohne dass sich Bibi verhext habe, war der... We did it. Bitfield team. Watch the Bitfield team. There's their names. They are the Bitfield team. Bitfield team. Yeah, this game needs a better ending. Am I gonna take it out of S tier for not having a decent ending? It's tempting. It's tempting to perform some revisionism and say the game doesn't belong in S, but realistically, the platforming in this was very good, very solid. And there does appear to be secrets that I haven't found. So if we have a look on the map now, any level that is a green tick is a level that I haven't found everything in. And now I have magic that shows me what I'm missing. So I could, in theory, you know, go through every stage now and collect everything that I'm missing. Am I going to? Fuck off, am I? This stream is 2.5 hours long. It was a simpler time. Think back to 2.5 hours ago, when this level was new to us. Well, what do you say about palette cleansing could work for BB, as like when I'm streaming something else, coming back and doing like a couple of levels. Do I care that much about fully completing this game then? Probably. Yeah, okay, this can stay in S tier. It can stay. It belongs. It fucks, as they say. Es bleibt im S-Tier. Is that like it stays in S-Tier? Actually, Tier in German is animal. Oh my god, all those people from Germany that's like, Bibi Animal List. What does this video mean? Bibi Animal List? Why isn't Sabrina on here? Ah! 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 That was a good game. Has Bibi hurt her knees? Yeah. The full distance was too much. Do I want to run a palette cleanser? Is there a palette cleanser? Palette cleanser. Good point, 11 o'clock. I mean, not tomorrow, but Wednesday is the first day of my course, and I have to be there, like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at, like, 9 or 9:30 in the morning, so... Yeah, we'll make it the end of the stream. Well, thank you very much for coming. When you put in an S, you gotta put it to the... What did I say? I gotta make sure I got this, catchphrase. They've been rated S, but those rated S must be put to the test. Does Bibi Blocksberg der verhexte Schloss-Schatz Schloss-Schatz stay in S rank? Yes, it does. Thank you very much for coming. Until next time, if we live that long. Take care. Bye-bye.